Today we're going to take a look at a Canadian individual meal pack, or IMP. This one is menu number 7, sausage and hash browns, and it's from 2015. And over here we have, this should be our entree. Yes, this is the sausage and hash browns in English and French. And this has a date code on it of 14238. So this is from the 238th day of 2014. And we also have, as a dessert, sliced apples. We have the hamburger bun, or plain hamburger. And since this is breakfast, we also have banana oatmeal. We have an orange sports drink. 2 packages, 20 grams each of peanut butter. Strawberry jam. Some ketchup. We have a Kellogg's Vector Energy Bar, chocolate chip. Nescafe 3-in-1, so this will be your coffee, and it'll also have your creamer and sugar mixed in. You have a moist towelette, a very large napkin, or a paper towel, whatever you want to call it. You have some chewing gum, like the US MREs have, some matches, the wonderful Canadian beverage bag, and we also have the very long IMP spoon. And here's everything that we're getting in this IMP. So I'm going to take the sausages and hash browns, and I'm going to heat them up in some hot water. And this is from Baxter's. Alright, and while the hash browns heat up, we'll check out some of the other components. Here we have the Vector Energy Bar. It's stuck in there a little bit. Definitely has a strong smell of chocolate coming off of it. There's our hamburger bun. And since I don't really see putting the hash browns on here as a sandwich, I am going to go ahead and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of this. So we'll use the peanut butter and jelly. Give the peanut butter a good kneading. And there are 2 peanut butters, but I think one will be plenty for this. The banana oatmeal says to add hot or cold water to taste, so it's very much up to you. If you happen to have hot water available, you can certainly make some oatmeal. If you only have cold water on you, then you can make some cold cereal. And I'm actually going to do it that way. I'm going to add a little bit of water at a time. I'm not exactly sure what I want the consistency to be in this. I'm definitely smelling the banana in there. I think that's pretty good. And that looks pretty good. There's not a ton of it, but it looks good. Now the sliced apples. These are also from Baxter's. And then there's 2 more things we need to make up before we check out the entree. It's our beverages. We have the orange sports drink and the 3-in-1 Nescafe coffee drink. The sports drink says to add condensed to the beverage bag and mix with 250 ml of water. I'm just going to go ahead and mix it up in a glass. 250 ml is a little bit less than the US MREs, which usually give you 12 ounces of drink. This is going to give you close to 9. Doesn't have quite as extreme of an orange color as the US MREs do. And I think we'll go ahead and close up the peanut butter and jelly sandwich to make some room. That'll just leave us with our coffee. And lastly, we have our Baxter's sausage and hash browns, very hot from the boiling water. Oh, the big chunks of potato in there. Kind of a mild smell coming off there. Alright, and there it is. Hash browns and sausage. It's looking and smelling good. Pretty simple. It's basically just chunks of potatoes and chunks of sausage. I see there, looks like they're link sausages, like breakfast sausages that are chopped up or sliced up, and larger potato chunks than I would expect from hash browns. I usually expect them to be shredded, but there's different ways of doing it. This, to me, almost seems a bit more like home fries. So while this is still steaming, still hot, I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. Been looking forward to this. And that's really good. It seems to be, it's a simple dish, but it's got some nice flavor to it. The sausage tastes like sausage. Is not overdone. The US one, I've always been a fan of it because I have a sweet tooth, but that artificial maple flavor kind of overdoes it, and despite the fact that obviously sausage is a processed food, it makes it seem even more artificial. This really just tastes like a breakfast sausage. The potatoes are nice. They're obviously cooked all the way through, and there's not a lot of extra flavor in here, and I don't really think it needs it. It's not bland at all. You can see the ingredients. The sausage just doesn't have a lot of extra stuff in it. The third ingredient in the sausage is toasted wheat crumbs. Hash browns are mostly just potatoes, canola and or soybean oil and or cottonseed and or sunflower oil, dextrose sodium phosphate. Although it's not listed here, it does say it does contain mustard and soy, so that would give you a little bit extra flavor, but they're not even listed on the ingredients, so I'm not really sure how much of that's coming through, but it's very good. I would not have any problem being issued this for breakfast. I don't think it needs ketchup, and I generally don't put ketchup on my breakfast foods like eggs or potatoes. But since we do have the ketchup, we might as well use it. And I don't think that's going to hurt either. Let's try the ketchup by itself. It's got a little bit of a nice little bit of a tang to it. And that does give it another dimension. If you don't find the potatoes and the sausages being up to what you want to taste, it might be a good idea to add these. But for my money, this is a delicious breakfast entree right on its own. Let's try the banana oatmeal. That's really good. One of the things about the IMPs, they tend to have a lot of fresh tasting kind of things. You know, when you're dealing with shelf-stable foods, if it can taste like it's fresh, even if it's not, that's a bonus. This is nice. You taste the oats in here. You can kind of feel the oats. And there's a nice, mellow, mild kind of banana flavor kind of coming through. It's not overwhelming. It's not that real artificial, like that candy kind of banana. It just it's kind of understated. I like it. A little bit dry, so we'll wash it down with some of the coffee. Yeah, Nescafe is perfectly fine. Let's try the sliced apples. There's nice syrup here. And that's really good too. Going on that fresh theme, it's applesauce is fine, but it's kind of nice to be able to bite into an apple. And you can see they're not terribly firm, but they're not soggy either. They have just enough of a bite that you know you're getting something. And the syrup isn't overly sweet. And it's really good. It seems like it would be a good way to start off the day for breakfast, instead of some really sickly sweet kind of overly processed thing. Very good. Let's try this Vector energy bar. It's very chocolatey looking. And it's really good. It's kind of a complex chocolate flavor. It feels like you're eating a couple different kind of chocolates, and I think it's because the inside is chocolate flavor and it also has the chocolate coating. And it actually tastes like two different things. You can see the little crispies in there to give it a little bit of interest, a little crunch. But it's a good energy bar. Kind of standard, tastes like a Cliff Bar or something like that. But in addition to getting a nice chocolate taste, you're also getting a lot of energy. And then the last thing, as if we hadn't had enough, we still have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on a hamburger bun. So let's try that out. And that's good too. I like having something like a strawberry jam. It's a nice alternative to like grape jam, grape jelly. And this works good. I'm actually just a little surprised not to see honey in this one. A lot of the IMPs seem to come with honey, and you could add that to this too, or have honey and peanut butter. But this is fine. It's almost a meal on its own. The bread's a little bit on the dry side, but it is a lot more like bread than the wheat snack bread in the US MREs. And that's nice. We'll wash that down with a little bit of the orange sports drink. And that's good too. It does taste a bit more like the standard orange beverages powder rather than the carbohydrate electrolyte ones in the MREs. And that was a look at a 2015 Canadian IMP sausage and hash browns, menu number 7. And thank you for watching.